robbery. Police are still looking for the other two suspects.
Police investigating a fight that broke out at Chuck E. Cheese in Mobile over the weekend, injuring several people. Some witnesses say around 20 people were involved.
WKRG News 5's Clancy Callahan spoke with Mobile police, who say this fight could have easily been avoided.
It's been 2 days since a large fight broke out here at the Chuck E. Cheese on Downtowner Loop, and police are still working to get to the bottom of it.
There's three sides to every story. It's yours, mine, and the actual truth. So they got theirs, they got mine. Now they just need to find the truth and see who's going to be facing criminal charges.
Officer Roderick Miles said officials are watching surveillance footage and reaching out to those involved to determine what charges are on the table.
If someone was injured, they could possibly be facing assault charges. If any property was destroyed, someone has to be held liable for that, so they can be facing criminal mischief charges. And if it was just an altercation, then it's possible misdemeanor, which can be harassment.
Although no major injuries were reported, Officer Miles
Hello.
said the incident could have easily
Hello,
been
hello.
avoided altogether.
I'm trying to get my lighting together.
If you're having an altercation,
See what lighting.
especially at a distance, try to
Definitely
separate
not
yourself.
that
If you
one.
feel like you can't separate yourself, involve the employees, have them call 911 on your behalf while you try to, get out of the location or while you try to do something that's going to result in better decisions than fighting at a freaking Chuck E. Cheese.
In Mobile, Clancy Callahan, WKRG News 5.
Maybe that
A
one.
Mobile firefighter had to be treated for heat exhaustion last night, battling a blaze in Africa Town. Mobile Fire Rescue says 3 vacant
that
homes
lighting
were destroyed
good?
on King Street and Bay Bridge Road cutoff. The fire started
Is that
about
lighting
11 o'clock.
good?
Investigators believe a brush fire spread to the homes. Other than the firefighter, no other injuries were reported.
A water advisory still in effect.
Turn that off. Good evening, good evening, good evening, you guys. Good evening. Oh, you only seeing my head. That ain't good. That's not God. Need to see a little more of me. What about that? I think this good. Good evening. Good evening. Please let me know who you are in the chat. Let me know who you are in the chat. Anyway, I'm going to go on and get started. I promise you guys that I will be on today at 6 p.m. Central Time, and it is a little after 6. So I'm going to go on and get started, and I will be posting this video. Therefore, anyone that missed or came in late, y'all can catch up when I post it. Anyway, this video, I had somebody in my live chat earlier today had just starting a job as a nursing assistant, and their question was, can I give him tips of a first day on the job? And this is for a CNA, a nursing assistant, that have never been a CNA, and this is their first job after they have finished training. Got the job first day, kind of nervous. The first thing I would say, first tip I would say is, it really start before you actually go to work. First, you would, that night before, number one, get plenty of rest. Get your rest. Number two, pack your essential, like your lunch, your snack, quite natural, a pen, get you a little notepad, and some jobs require you to have your own blood pressure cuff, your stethoscope, and if your job is like this, I say get all that stuff together the night before. Make sure your uniform is nicely ironed, neat, and ready to go for the next morning. So you get all that up the night before. Get you a good night rest, okay? It's morning. Also, make sure you check your schedule. Know what time you supposed. Hey, Carter. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Make sure you double check what time you're supposed to be to work. My recommendation, your first day on the job, try to get there at least 10 to 15 minutes early. That's my recommendation. So you can kind of get a feel in case sometimes we don't know exactly what department to go in. That way you got a little time, a little leeway time if something happens. Because your first day, you definitely do not want to be late. Like I said, you really will want to be at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes earlier than your scheduled time. Okay, make sure when your coworkers come in or what have you, introduce yourself to them. Most of the time, if you're brand new, you're going to have a preceptor, or a person you train with. We'll keep it simple. You will have someone that you will be following. Your nurse manager, more than likely, will put you with somebody to follow. And so that would be your trainee person. That would be your person that will show you everything. And this is the person that if you got any question or anything, you ask her. She's supposed to be training you. And also, you need, your first day, you need to talk less and listen more. Listen, observe, and take in everything you can. That's where the notepad and pencil come in. I told you guys, when you pack your essential the night before, have your little pad and a little notepad to jot just little notes down. See the person that you're following, observe them, see how they interact with patients, see what their technique is. Because I'm going to tell you something. There is a book way to do things that you've been taught and trained to do, and then there is a work life way that you do things. A lot of things that you learn in the book, the technique, when you actually get on the job to do it, sometimes you have to alternate. Sometimes you have to vary from that book because everything is not going to be exactly like the book. So a lot of that is dependent on your patient. And the person that you're training with, observe how she handle certain patient. Because a lot of patient likes stuff done in a certain way. And if you go out, especially, Carla, let me ask you something. Are you going to a nursing home, a hospital? Because that makes a big, big difference. Because if you go into a nursing home, a lot of these patients like things done in a certain way. And it may not be the way the book tells you to do it. But in order to get it done, you have to follow a certain routine. And this goes on especially in a nursing home. So I advise you to pay attention to the person that you're training with. Pay close attention, and if you see them doing it in a special way or a special technique because of the patient, you need to take notes. Because a lot of time when you training with your other nursing assistant or what have you, when you go on your own, a lot of time they assign you those patients. They assign you those patients so you can kind of know what you need to do for that particular patient. Okay. I also wrote some stuff down in case, I may forget. Also, on your first day, make sure you find out where your supplies are. Your linen, your bedpan, your catheter, to where you put your dirty linen. All of this is very important. Where the nurses' break station is, where you go to take your break. All this is important. You need to know where your supplies is and where everything is at. Where the bathroom, with all this here. And a lot of time we don't think about these little small things. And then when we get out on our own, we need gloves. A patient room may ran out of gloves or anything, and we don't know where they keep the gloves at. So make sure you get a full orientation of where your supplies is. Everything you need to know where they are. Also, you need to know your job description. You need to know what they expect you to do. What is your scope? What do you need to do for this patient? Because every patient is different. So make sure you, like I said, you will be with somebody, but make sure you in good observant. Good observant. Let's see what else I got down here. That is another thing. I know this is my problem, and I'm gonna say it may be your problem. I don't know. I'm really bad with names. I am really bad with names. So if you are like me, bad with names, kind of write down your nurse manager name, your immediate supervisor name, and write down who you're training with. That's important. So you can call them by name. All right. Another thing is make yourself useful. I have been where a new person come in and they just kind of just stand there, just kind of just looking. So if it's something they doing and you know how to do it, jump in, show them that you're willing to help, you're willing to work, just don't kind of be standoffish. If it's something that you can do, go on and help them do it. And by all means, don't be afraid to ask questions. Please ask. If you don't understand something, ask. If you need to know what something is, ask. It's better to ask than get in a situation where you need to use that skill or need to go find something and you don't know where it is, but you had the opportunity to ask somebody, but because you may be nervous or whatever, think, oh, this is a crazy question, I don't want to ask that. No. You're new. You're learning. Be patient. It's going to take you a while to get the flow of everything. These people been working here probably for years or months. You just start, so you're not going to come in and get everything in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, not even a week. So be patient with yourself, and anything you need to ask, I encourage you to ask. Ask. And one other thing about your familiarizing yourself, you have to familiarize yourself with the emergency exit, fire extinguisher, all these things, because in a hospital or any healthcare, hospital, nursing home, you need to know your exit plan. More than likely, Carter, more than likely, you will, I don't know whether you already have done it, more than likely you will be in a classroom first, and they kind of overview, your safety plan, show you where your emergency exit is, your your exterminator. They kind of show you all that. And once you get through with that, then you go on the flow. So I don't know exactly where you are in that particular realm. Have you already did the classroom and all of that? And now you're actually on the floor. So that is very important because uh, they do have fire drills or drills, and you have to act on it. You know, you got to know where to go if it's a fire. You got to know what to do if they call cold blue or cold red. You have to know all these things and know where to go. But usually, like I said, they go over these things in the classroom. But once you get on the floor, you need to, and you kind of forget or whatever, where to ask whoever you're training with, hey, where is the emergency exit? Where is the fire extinguisher? You know, things you need, those are things you need to know. Now, as far as the patient care and all of that, like I said, with you just coming out of school, you know the basic. You know the basic stuff, which is good. It's fine. The only thing that, like I said, you may vary off from the basic is it depending on the patient personality, how the patient wants you to maneuver, that kind of thing, kind of, and you will learn that as you go. You will learn that with your patient, especially if you're working in a nursing home. I'm gonna say that happen more when you're in a nursing home versus a hospital, because in a nursing home, more than likely you're dealing with geriatric patient, and geriatric patient is kind of like stuck. They stuck in there what they want. They stuck in how they want things done. So a lot of time you have to kind of go along with them to get your job done. So basically, that is really it as far as the um, technical stuff. I'm looking down because I'm looking at my book. Basically, that is more what really you have to look for as far as the professional thing. So now that we got that part out the way, now let's get to the more common sense thing. Now that we got the professional aspect of it. Now, a lot of time when you're new, after you get through training and stuff, a lot of time they will give you the hardest patient, unfortunately. And if you think about it, a lot of jobs are like that. Not only nursing assistant, it can be any job. They give you the worst end. They give you the one that you don't like. Good evening, good evening, good evening. A lot of time they give you the worst of the worst when you're new. That's kind of come with the territory. So you kind of have to look out for that and expect that, because usually that's how it goes. And sometimes you just have to pretty much take it. Unfortunately, you have to take it, because a lot of usually how the hospitals or the more than likely the nursing home work, each CNA is assigned a certain room, and those are her room. When she come in, she knows she got that room. Just say she may have 1 through 11. Whatever patient come in those particular room, that's her patient. Somebody else will have 12 through 20. And that is her room, them her assigned room, and they keep them. A lot of time when a new PCA come in, and a particular nursing assistant do not like her rooms, she would trade off, tell the nurse manager or the really your immediate supervisor, hey, I don't like this group. I want such and such, get her this here. And that happened. That happened. And unfortunately, it's nothing really you can do about that. But just be aware of, when you knew you kind of get the end of the stick. But just work your way through, and I think you'll be doing great. Like I said, if you follow these tips that I gave you, I think you'll do good. I actually got a video on when you knew going into a new nursing, new environment to work, but that particular video is not on if you are brand new nursing assistant. This here, that video is actually about you're a seasoned nursing assistant and you just going to a new job. So in saying that, my content is a little different because I'm not telling you to go to sleep, get a good night's sleep and da 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 da. It's not about that. So if you're not a brand new nursing assistant, you need to go on my channel and check out just you going into another job, going to another facility, and check that out and see what I had to say about that. So that is it for tonight. Tips on a brand new nursing assistant first day on the job. That is it, you guys. Check you later. Bye-bye.